In the grim darkness of the far future, where war rages eternal across the stars, stands the mightiest and most numerous army of the Imperium of Man, the Astra Militarum, also known as the Imperial Guard. A force so vast, so diverse, that its numbers are beyond comprehension. Its regiments as varied as the stars themselves. Yet this staggering scale does not diminish the skill and valor of each individual soldier. Amidst the unending tides of war, these guardsmen may just be seen as mere cogs in an all-devouring war machine, but they are often well-trained, fiercely skilled warriors, each one a testament to the Imperium's battle against the unending tide of villainous foes. You think you've got what it takes to become an Imperial Guardsman? Then welcome to Lawtor's Excursions, where we bring the most unique and sometimes horrifying experiences of the multiverse right to you. And coming to you today, courtesy of the Lawtor's Entertainment Division, is a guide to the Imperial Guard training, where we'll look at what it takes to join the endless ranks of the Astra Militarum's finest. Your journey to join the ranks of the Imperial Guard begins on one of the myriad of worlds within the vast expanse of the Imperium of Man. The Imperium, spanning 1,000,000 worlds, relies on each non-Astartes chapter world to contribute troops drawn from their own planetary defense forces. These forces, raised, trained, armed, and commanded under the jurisdiction of each world's planetary governor, serve a crucial role in safeguarding their worlds from potential invasions or internal insurrections. Before you can even aspire to join the esteemed ranks of the Imperial Guard, your foundational combat training will likely occur within these planetary defense forces. Due to the immense diversity of worlds and cultures scattered across the Imperium of Man, there is a lack of standardization in training, equipment, and command structures amongst these forces. As such, the nature of your recruitment and training is heavily influenced by the characteristics of your home planet. For instance, if you hail from a squalid hive world, recruitment into the Planetary Defense Force might occur through association with local gangs. In such cases, the planetary government often legitimizes and arms these criminal groups, charging them with maintaining order amongst the populace. On feudal worlds, which are often primitive and isolated backwaters, where people still fight with sword and shield, recruitment might involve being conscripted into local tribal armies. Whereas if you originate from a formidable fortress world like Cadia, you will likely be drafted into a highly disciplined and well-equipped garrison force, such as the Cadian Interior Guard. On worlds like these, the training is rigorous and the defense forces are renowned for military discipline and skill that outstrips outright Imperial Guard regiments from other, less strict worlds. Most planetary governors are commanded to submit no less than 10% of their local fighting force to found a regiment of the Imperial Guard. Governors who fail to meet this quota or who dare to submit substandard troops face the ultimate penalty: death. As a result, aspiring to join the ranks of the Imperial Guard requires exceptional combat proficiency in your homeworld's unique conditions. Whether it involves raiding enemy villages, maintaining order in chaotic hive cities, or maybe even repelling invasions, excellence in all combat areas is a prerequisite for selection. But you might be thinking, who in their right mind would want to join the Imperial Guard? Surely it's a lot safer to stay on your homeworld. And yes, it might be. Again, it all depends on the world. Yet service in the Imperial Guard is regarded with great honor and nobility. Many young individuals eagerly join their local planetary defense forces, hoping to be chosen for the Astra Militarum, allowing them to escape the confines of their impoverished or dangerous worlds. Recruitment methods also vary significantly from planet to planet. For instance, on the death world of Catachan, the inhabitants are all innately fierce and mighty warriors, honed by years of surviving in an environment teeming with deadly flora and fauna. The Imperium capitalizes on this by expecting every man, woman, and child of Catachan to serve in the ranks of the Catachan Jungle Fighters Regiment. In return, the planet receives vital supplies to endure its harsh conditions. Other planets like the nuclear wasteland of Krieg have a singular purpose: to produce troops for the Imperial Guard. Following a past insurrection, Krieg was condemned to send 50 million troops annually to the Astra Militarum. Its citizens are now mass-produced through vitae wounds, and ruthlessly trained from birth, ensuring a constant supply of troops to meet their quota. So upon the formation of your world's regiment and your induction into the Imperial Guard, you'll already possess a certain level of combat experience and training. This experience could vary greatly from tribal conflicts to brutal gang wars, or maybe even formal training as part of a highly skilled militia, toughened by years of war defending your homeworld, as exemplified by the Armageddon Defense Force. Once your regiment embarks on its long journey from your homeworld to its first posting, this initial combat experience will be further refined. During the voyage, you'll undergo weeks of intensive training designed to blend the unique fighting styles and cultural strengths of your regiment with the discipline and skills necessary to transform disparate warriors into soldiers fit for the Imperial Guard. A key aspect of this transformation involves thorough indoctrination into the Imperial cult, instilling fanatical loyalty to the Imperium within all troops, while officers also receive additional education in the nuances of Imperial strategy and tactics, further enhancing the regiment's effectiveness. Much of this training and orientation is supplemented by a small book given to every guardsman, the Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer. This mandatory handbook covers a wide range of topics, from personal hygiene and weapon maintenance to rules and regulations. It also provides vital information about the various species and enemies that guardsmen may encounter. Additional training is tailored towards the specific backgrounds of the troops. For instance, recruits from backwater feudal or agriculture worlds may receive extra orientation to acclimate them to the shock of interstellar warfare and the basic use of modern weaponry. Training is also often adjusted based on the specific combat zone to which the regiment is being deployed. This specialized preparation ensures that you and your fellow troops are equipped to handle the environmental challenges of harsh worlds, and are well versed in tactics to combat the particular foes that you might be facing. Another essential part of this training process involves acquainting or retraining you with the basic equipment commonly used across most Imperial Guard regiments. While it is typical for regiments to go to war equipped in the manner reflective of their homeworld, utilizing the armor and weapons of their planet's defense force, there are two pieces of equipment that are near universally standard across most planetary defense forces: flak armor and the las rifle. Flak armor is a relatively light form of body armor, composed of materials designed to absorb impact. This armor offers protection against a variety of low-level threats, including small arms fire, shrapnel, and proximity blasts. Its design strikes a balance between mobility and defense, making it suitable for the diverse conditions Imperial Guardsmen may face. The las rifle, on the other hand, is a staple weapon of the Imperial Guard. It's valued for its ease of mass production and reliability. As a direct energy weapon, the las rifle is capable of inflicting significant damage, powerful enough to sever a human limb with a single shot, even if it is relatively useless against the more heavily armored foes. Regiments often specialize in different forms of warfare which can reflect the unique conditions and cultures of their homeworld. For instance, light infantry regiments like the renowned Tanith First and Only are skilled in scouting and operate primarily without the use of armored vehicles, their expertise laying instead in stealth and infiltration. On the other hand, the drop troop regiments of Elysia, a planet known for its extensive anti-piracy operations, specialize in rapid aerial deployment. These regiments excel in ambushing enemy forces through swift and unexpected air assaults, leveraging their planet's history of ship-to-ship combat, while artillery regiments represent another facet of the Imperial Guard's versatility. These units are heavily equipped with artillery weaponry, focusing their strength on long-range bombardment, but they often lack other forms of armament, even infantry. This specialization within the Imperial Guard ensures that when multiple regiments collaborate, they collectively form a formidable and well-rounded force. Each regiment brings its unique strengths to the battlefield, allowing for tactical versatility and adaptability. This diversity also serves a strategic purpose within the Imperium, as it makes the organization of large-scale rebellions by military commanders more difficult. So if you are part of one of these regiments, you can expect to undergo further specialized training regimes. This training will be tailored towards your regiment's specific combat style and tactics. For instance, if you were part of the Talon Desert Raiders, you would be trained in hit-and-run mobile infantry tactics, and if you're part of the Tanith First and Only, you would focus on developing skills in sharpshooting, stealth, and covert operations. You may also be drilled in the effective use of your regiment's own unique battlefield language. Often derived from the language of your homeworld, this specialized communication, different from the standard Low Gothic used across the Imperium, serves to enhance the coordination and secrecy within your regiment. Once your ship finally arrives at your mission deployment, you are a fully trained Imperial Guardsman, because that's all the training you're gonna get. The rest you'll just have to pick up during combat. Congratulations and good luck, you're gonna need it, as regardless of your background or level of training, the harsh reality is that you're likely to be just thrust into intense combat by a commanding officer who views the Imperial Guard as expendable. The strategy often employed against formidable foes like Orc Wargs and the Forces of Chaos is a grueling war of attrition, where countless waves of Imperial Guardsmen are sent into battle, and when you are deployed on your first campaign, be it the defense of a world against a Tyranid invasion, or a crusade against the Tau in some far-off part of the galaxy, you can guarantee the battle will echo those of the past 10,000 years. As you and your fellow guardsmen swarm towards the enemy position, lines of disciplined lasgun fire cutting your foes down, before you charge in, bayonets ready. Lumbering alongside you, the mighty armoured battle tanks, belching fire from their guns, all to the deafening sound of the massive far-off guns, as the Astra Militarum's artillery barrages pound the enemy into oblivion. You've just got to hope that you and your regiment make it through the rest of the campaign. If you do somehow survive the churn of war, then your battered and bruised regiment will have a few paths open to them. Due to the vast distances covered in space, receiving reinforcements from your homeworld is highly unlikely. Your regiment might merge with another diminished regiment, either from your own planet or of a different culture, in an attempt to help maintain combat effectiveness. If your regiment is severely weakened, you may be relegated to garrison duty, perhaps even on the very planet you've been fighting for. And in dire situations, the rank of the Imperial Guard are sometimes bolstered by white shields, groups of regular Imperial citizens conscripted into service, or even children born to those already serving within the regiment. Upon reflection, I guess you could say the Imperial Guard training program is pretty light, relying on planetary defense forces to do most of the combat training beforehand, and only lasting as long as it takes for the Imperium to ship you from the homeworld your regiment was hastily founded from, to the war zone that you're urgently required at, a result of the Astra Militarum strategy of chucking an overwhelming force of troops at the enemy, with the hope of using the guardsmen as a sledgehammer to break their foes. Which regiment would you most like to be a part of? Would you prefer the stealthier approach of the light infantry, or maybe the unyielding power of an armoured regiment? Let us know down in the comments and make sure to subscribe to travel with us again soon. Thank you for joining us today at the Entertainment Division of Lortors. Catch you next time.
The Lortors Spaceport is your destination for tours through the most fascinating worlds, groups, and events in the multiverse. From sci-fi to fantasy, we have it all. So make sure to subscribe and book your next trip with us.